Hi guys, so in this section we will be using the SWOT framework to analyze Under Armour with a 360-degree analysis of its strengths, opportunities, weaknesses, and threats. This is gonna improve our idea about the firm's future outlook and help us understand a little bit more about it right now. So to dive a little bit into their strengths, one of UA's biggest strengths is their sponsorships with athletes. Having these athletes' performance tied to the publication of their brand and their logo is great for the brand. Some of these well-known athletes are Tom Brady, Steph Curry, Bryce Harper, Jordan Spieth, Lindsey Vonn, and Dwayne Johnson. Athletes and celebrities, all their eyes are on them. Having these sponsorships allow UA to be seen in this public eye, whether it be on social media, in magazines, or on TV. The brand image is key strength to Under Armour, as it's recognized and respected. You probably know what Under Armour is before you even see the logo or any type of sports clothing. Under Armour's strong brand equity is linked to the ability to establish a unique identity from its competitors, which allows it to attract a solid and loyal customer base. Another great strength that they have are their performance apps. We'll look a little bit in these a little bit later. The performance apps provide more than about 170 million users with performance-based experience. They also kind of go into a little bit more of sponsoring teams. This can be seen in the Olympics and USA teams everywhere. We'll also see a little bit more about that later. Next, we're going to talk a little bit more about the apps. Using in-app recommendations, the app will direct users to the right products. For example, a consumer living in a warmer climate who has logged several runs through Map My Run may be exposed to UA's Cold Switch apparel and running footwear. Starting in 2013, Under Armour acquired Map My Fitness, followed by the additional Endomondo and MyFitnessPal, and the launch of UA Record, making Under Armour's Connected Fitness the largest digital fitness community in the world. Under Armour's mission is to make all athletes better and change the way that they live. MyFitnessPal is available on phone apps as well as the desktop version, and Map My Run connects to Apple Watch version, which can be seen bottom middle. Endomondo is another version of Map My Run, but a different type. So all these different apps can help many different types of people find exactly what they need in Under Armour brand. A very special thing that Under Armour does this year is Under Armour in the Olympics. They'll be doing full team sponsorships, as well as individual attention on specific athletes. Other countries with at least some athletes wearing Under Armour include Switzerland, Norway, Japan, South Korea, Bolivia, Morocco, Peru, and Australia. In addition to skiing, speed skating, bobsledding, athletes in snowboard, cross lunge, and luge will also don the Under Armour logo. As part of its effort to help make Under Armour's customers feel like they are at the Olympics, Under Armour will be highlighting Vaughn and her personal chef by sharing recipes and healthy eating tips. While many athletes, including Tom Brady, Phelps, and Curry, have visited Under Armour before, this is the very first time that Under Armour will be hosting an entire Olympic team. Next, we're going to look at some of the weaknesses that Under Armour has. So, one of the greatest weaknesses, and what many of you may know about Under Armour, is the fact that they've been struggling in sales. One of the most important weaknesses is this struggle in sales in North America. For the full year of 2018, North American sales dropped 2% in the year, while dropping 6% in the fourth quarter of 2018. Although, Under Armour is still succeeding globally in their sales as they increased by 24% in the last quarter of 2018. This will also be shown as an opportunity as Under Armour can keep growing internationally to offset this sales weakness in North America. The next weakness we're going to talk about is the fact that they have so much catch-up time. They are so far behind that they are at risk of the brand becoming completely irrelevant as a whole. A different type of weakness they have is copycatting other brands. Due to the fear that they will be left behind, Under Armour has been found to copycat different type of brands instead of sticking straight to the innovation that made their brand image great in the beginning. So they're branching away from athletics. They're trying to branch too far away from their core focus of athletics and more into outdoor sports such as fishing and hunting. This is going to lose that brand image, and we're extremely afraid of that as a brand. They don't have the reputation or customer base for this movement, and it's hurting their bottom line. Just to show a little bit more about the time they have to catch up. So, Under Armour has been underwhelming lately. Under Armour has been outperformed by their competitors. This is one of their greatest weaknesses. Their share stock, compared to the other two, at the start of 2017 was down 46.6. Nike was up 24.5% and Adidas was up 12.8%. So this just shows a little bit more about, in comparison to their competitors, how well they're doing. Under Armour was faced with a multitude of opportunities that, if taken advantage of, could lead to substantial growth in their sales. UA's major opportunity is to expand into other countries. This would be the overseas sales portion. Right now, over 95% of their sales happen in the US, according to a research project published by Global Industry Atlas. The global market for sports and fitness clothing overseas, though, is projected to reach US dollars $231.7 billion by 2024. Growth in the market is driven by a growing portion of the population living healthier lifestyles and a stronger participation in sports and fitness activities all over the world. The next opportunity we're going to talk about is their lack of option for women. We're going to talk a little bit more about women in general and women athlete sponsorships. So women make up about 50% of the population, and they do not have the items that cater to their bottom line in Under Armour currently. They have an opportunity as well for opportunities in women's sponsorships, specifically in the Olympics, which they are already diving into. Most recently, changes to the event program for Tokyo 2022 will see female participation rise to a projected 48.8%, with double the number of mixed events compared to Rio 2016, while Beijing 2020 will also see an increase in women's and mixed events to reach a record of 45.44% of female representation in the Winter Games. So since they've already dived into the Olympics as a whole, they have way more of an opportunity to move to female athletes as well as male athletes. The next opportunity we'll talk about is going to be online shopping. Online shopping is a huge trend in general for how people are buying their goods. This will be a huge opportunity for Under Armour as well as they progress as a company. Under Armour in the later part of 2018 has already partnered with Amazon to sell their products on their website. 50% of all online searches on retail are starting with Amazon. This is a huge opportunity for Under Armour as retail shopping will continue to be a trend as it moves online in the future. Another opportunity they have is technology to help athletes. They're already doing some extreme research with their cold gear, heat gear, and working with Olympic athletes will give them better opportunity to work with top-level athletes in producing the best fitness gear that they possibly can to expand their innovation that they're already known for. So now we're going to talk about some of their threats. So their brand is revolved around performance-driven material, which we already understand. I think this is part of their competitive advantage. Having a wide variety of products does not follow this competitive advantage can mentally drive customers away from Under Armour as a top-performing brand. The next threat that they have is some political involvement. Recently, Under Armour faced political controversy when CEO Kevin Plank supported some of President Trump's actions by saying how the president is a major asset to the country. Not only did the CEO receive backlash from consumers, but he also received backlash from some of his top athletic endorsements, such as Steph Curry and Dwayne Johnson. One of the largest threats that UA will encounter is other brands following the technology trend. Obviously, Nike is partnered with Apple and has apps that can be targeted towards the Apple Watch and work directly with Apple phones, which are top brands that millennials will continue to use. The next problem that they're going to have as a threat is going to be the athleisure trend. Trends like Lululemon and Free People are getting those women customers that Under Armour is unable to. Sitting out from athleisure has particularly hurt Under Armour. 1 year ago today, Under Armour reported its 26th consecutive quarter of 20% revenue growth or higher. But on that earnings call, CEO Kevin Plank discussed the brand's appeal. He said it's not about what people are conveniently referring to as athleisure. It's the simple truth that people around the world are rising from what they expect from the athletic apparel. But in the apparel business right now, it is about athleisure, and that quarter proved to be the end of Under Armour's hot streak. The company has now had 4 consecutive quarters of missed earnings, so maybe sitting out from athleisure is where Under Armour is going wrong.